Hello all. Today in this class we are discussing about Pierre Bourdieu and his famous concepts like habitus, field and cultural capital. Before going to the video, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay, let's start with cultural capital. Cultural capital refers to some types of or certain types of behavior, taste, skills and way of thinking and way of behavior which we get because which we are having because we belong to a particular social class. So these are certain elements we get from particular social class, like the behavior of middle class and the behavior of upper class. We can see many differences in this between these two groups. The taste, way of thinking, mannerisms, and uh, way of speech, all these differ from middle class to upper class. So sharing this differences, the uh, the difference in behavior and way of talking or way of thinking, all these are called cultural capital. And sharing the cultural capital going to give a collective identity. We can, in simple terms, we can say that if we notice, we can see that the people in royal family are most of them are excellent in music and dance. This is a type of cultural capital because they excel in that particular art because they belong to royal family. This is what they said. Pierre Bourdieu said that sharing the cultural capital going to give a collective identity. Here the collective identity is the royal family and their ability to perform art forms. But this collective identity is sometimes is a major source of social inequality also, because in our society always the middle class or lower class people are trying to imitate the behaviors and tastes and preferences of upper class, and in some cases it creates inequality and inferiority complex among people. So we can say that this cultural capital is sometimes it sometimes helps, and in some and it can hinder the development of society also. Cultural capital of high class regarding movies, cinemas, dress and food are valued more than that of middle class. So in this case, everybody sometimes feels inferiority. Cultural capital are comes in three forms, that is embodied, objectified and institutionalized. So we can say that there are three types of cultural capital. That is embodied. Embodied means it's an accent or dialect that we get by birth. It's inherent within us. Like the accent of particular types of families are different from other people. Their way of thinking, their food tastes are different. This is called embodied. that this embodied cultural capital we get from our birth. By birth we are having that. Objectified cultural capital means if we are having some things we can, or objects, having objects is called objectified cultural capital. For example, if I have a very big car, I am included in the group of people who have big cars. This is a type of objectified cultural capital. Having big cars, big buildings, and all those are considered as objectified cultural capital. Next one is institutionalized cultural capitals. This we come under this one when we are getting degrees from institutions, qualifications through degrees. This is called institutionalized cultural capital. If I am a doctor or if I am an engineer, I belong to that group of institutionalized cultural capital. Next important concept of Pierre Bourdieu is field. Field is the simplified unity of social behavior, or a single unit of social behavior. Bourdieu says that every individual occupies a field. Every individual belongs to a field. That means fields are social conditions that embody specific social relations. Fields are the objective components of cultural practices. For example, every social organization, or every social formation. For social formation means schools, family, religion, in institutions, working place, that office, all these are considered as social formation, and all these social formations are organized fields. Organized fields means there are certain rules and regulations for each of this field. For example, the family, religion, educational and economic domains. All these are considered as a single field or a working place. In our whatever it is, in our family and in our religion, we all have many rules and regulations. We have to live according to that. A family is the most single and simple form of social organization. So we can say that this is a field. Everyone belongs to a field, because all of us, if we are not going to work, or if we are not going to study, then also we belong to a field, because we are coming from, or we belong to a family, that is also a field. So this is a definition for field, or another name for field is location. So Bourdieu says that in this field also there are many competition for power among the members in this field. All the fields are autonomous. They have their own rules and regulation, but one field is different from another field. For example, if I'm working in a very hi-fi IT industry area, then also I am very strict in my religion or religious values. So working in IT is a type of field, and my strict values in religion is another type of field. So these tools have different rules, and these tools are entirely they are autonomous. I am in IT field. I am an excellent IT engineer in that field, but then also I am very strict in religion also. So these two are different. These two have their own rules, and they are autonomous. This is the difference in field and cultural capital. And Bourdieu says that each one in this field are trying to get more powers and trying to give their control over others. For example, in religious institutions, the religious heads are trying to get more powers, and there is a competition between each of them in some religious institutions. And in family, we can see that the father is, or the head of the family is exercising his power or control over other members of that family. So this is the simplest explanation for the concept of field. Next one is habitus. So we must say that cultural capital, we all the people belong to cultural capital and field, but all of them are not a part of habitus. Habitus is the physical embodiment of cultural capital. These are deeply ingrained habits, skills, and dispositions that we possess from our day to day life experiences. In simple terms, we can say that cultural capital is a common thing, because whatever it is, if I'm not going for a job or to any in educational institutions, then also I'm from a family. So I have all the qualities of my father and mother. So we can say that in that way, I have that ancestral qualities. So I am a part of that cultural capital. But habitus is somewhat different. uh, Cultural capital is a normal thing. It's normally when I belong to a family, obviously I have the qualities of my father. So it's an cultural capital. Thus, we can say that cultural capital is normally ingrained habits. There is nothing abnormal in that. But habitus is deeply ingrained habits. Deeply ingrained habits means when I am from a normal family, but when I am a good badminton player, or when I am an excellent musician, we can say that I belong to habitus. This is the difference. Getting the characters of parents is cultural capital, but if that child is excellent in cricket or something like that, then we can say that it's habitus. Habitus is deeply ingrained habits, most specific form of cultural capital. It's an certainly extreme deep thing. For example, excellent badminton player is an but all all of us don't belong to this group. Only when we are excellent in some skills, then only we can say that we belong to that habitus. And while discussing about this habitus, Bourdieu says that most of the people think that the skills and tastes of upper class people are culturally developed. They get this particular taste because they belong to that high class. But it's not true, because these tastes are developed or learned. For example, the royal people from royal family are excellent in art forms because they got practices in those art forms. That's why they are excellent in arts form. This is what Pierre Bourdieu says. It is actually these all these extra tastes or skills are learned. Cultural capital is culturally developed. Habitus is what we have been exposed to. So these are the important concepts of Pierre Bourdieu. Thank you.